Just a quick sit on the moan bench. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's cold weather. Oh, and another one. I've got to assess the arachnid situation because of my phobia. I've got my gold corset on. I'll show you. Wore it out today. Ooh, oh no, oh phew, I thought that was a snail. I don't know if you can see. Can you see? Oh, hang on, if I step back, there we go. So she's a beauty. But anyway, oh my god! Ow, my neck. Oh. I need to come and stab that so the water drains. My neck and skull joint's really not good today. All because I wrapped a towel around my head last night. It's the wrong towel. Too heavy. Oh my god. Fucking ableist. Again, so I just got back from the shop. I really must get my action cams sorted. Because I can montage it all together then. So you can see, like I said the other day, it's a constant drip feed of fucking stupidity and judgment and assumption. So I go into the shop, I have to use the road. It's a 2-lane road, it's a very busy road. It's often got cars parked, so it gets congested. So you have to be quite careful in a little wheelchair, right? I have to use the road to get to the shop up in the village because the pavement is just, pavements are slanted. They're designed for rain runoff, right? And or for cars to cross. They're not designed for wheelchair users. And in places in that village on the main part of the pavement, my wheels don't even touch the ground. So they're unsafe. My old electric wheelchair is like 12.5 stone before I even get in it, and they don't have brakes. The electric wheelchairs don't have brakes. You just let off the power and they roll to a sudden stop. But they roll for a little while, you'd have no control. And I'd be going along in there and I'd lose all control of it because the wheels all of a sudden wouldn't touch the ground and it would swing me out to the pavement. A couple of times I've literally been that far off from hitting cars. I'm like, if this happens, I'm not paying for the repairs. The council can, because this pavement is just not accessible. It's not even safe for wheelchairs, right? So I go on the road. Today, I don't normally go up this time if I can help it because it was very busy on the road and in the shop. So just people, they just, like there's one woman and I needed to like weave in and out of the parked cars because of the two-way traffic. And you can't go, but you can tell by some people, like, she doesn't look like a particularly aware driver, so I best not go behind her because she's likely to not see me because I'm in a chair, right? She'll just drive straight over me probably. My belly's rumbling. So I parked in front of her and then I'm sitting there waiting because there's a van coming up and a van coming down. And the van coming down is sitting there because he thinks I want to cross the road. I don't. I need to use the road, right? So I need him to move. So he signals for me to cross the road. I'm like, no, it's fine, you go. He's like, no, it's fine, you go. It's like, no, it's fine, I'm going that way, I'm not crossing. He's like, no, come on, go across. I'm like, I'm not crossing. I'm like, fuck me. Just because I'm in a wheelchair. Will you listen? I just said like 3 times, I'm not crossing, I'm going that way. And the problem is then he's holding me up. He's holding the traffic. He thinks he's doing a good thing. Why? Just because I'm in a chair. Again, he thought I knew what I wanted to do. I told him 3 times, just fucking move. But anyway. And then you turn around and there's another person does the same thing. But then so I came out of the shop. And I've got 3 big carrier bags full of shopping. It's all sorted. I do that all the time. I've bought like 70 quid worth of shopping home on my own on that wheelchair before now, okay? It's like I always said, people need to think, I got myself there. And people think they're being kind, they're not being kind. They're just being fucking bigoted. They're being ableist and patronising and minimising us as adults and infantilising us, turning us into fucking children. They say, I'm just sitting there, right? Again, I'm coming back now, so I'm having to use the road. So I'm just at a certain space waiting for the traffic to calm down enough for me to just use the road for a little stretch. And this older woman comes up. And I don't care if she's older, I don't give a shit, alright? I don't give a shit. Or you just, well, they're old. I don't care. I'm fed up with excusing people for their just inexcusable thinking based on really arbitrary bloody things like age and this and that. I don't give a shit, right? So she comes up to me. She goes, are you okay? And I thought, oh, for fuck's sake, here we go again. It's literally now it is 9 times out of 10. It really is 9 times out of 10. It's just constant. And I didn't want to just say yes, and I said something I've never said before. I gave a response I've never given before, and I was proud of myself for doing it. So she said, "Are you okay? She goes, "Are you okay? Do you need help?" And I thought, fuck's sake. I was chatting across to this guy Ian, chatting across the street to this guy Ian, who works in the shop, who'd helped me. He'd been so great today, lifted all my shopping up onto the counter today, and then he helped carry my bags to my wheelchair, which I appreciated, because that skull and neck joint area hurting today, it just really doesn't need that extra weight. Just moving is really not nice today. But anyway, so I just chatting across to Ian, and she like just came up, sort of, I'm sitting there in my chair, quite content, having a giggle with Ian across the street, and she literally just comes up literally as soon as Ian and I just stopped talking, literally, she was like almost like standing there. She came over quite purposefully, right? She identified me as a person needing help. Why? Because I was in a wheelchair. Oh my God. So yeah, so she said to me, "Are you okay? Do you need help?" And I said, "Why?" "Because I'm in a wheelchair." I've never said that to anyone before. Never just confronted it like that. I've always just maybe implied it. But I just said, "Why?" "Because I'm in a wheelchair." And she went, "Well, yes." Well, she stopped. She didn't know quite what to say. She went, well, yes, well, no. But the yes came out first. And then she had to cover it, because as soon as she said yes, because as soon as she admitted yes, it was simply like she saw me in a wheelchair and thought, "Oh, person must need assistance. Fuck you. Fuck you." I said to her, I'm perfectly capable. I said, "I got myself here," and just like pushing herself away. So of course she was very indignant then. She was very upset. She was annoyed with me then, angry. She said, "Well, I was only trying to help." I thought, "I don't need your help. I don't want your help. You did it purely because I'm in a wheelchair. Had I been walking or even pushing that wheelchair, she would have thought that it's not my wheelchair because I'm young, and therefore she would have not thought that I needed any help, because I don't look disabled when I'm pushing it, right?" So she shouted after me, "Oh, well, I'm very sorry." Oh, fuck you. She said, I can't walk myself." Well, she's walked. For number one, she's walking. What she means is she can't walk well, because she's walking. She's got a stick with her, but she's walking. Let me tell you something. Number one, the likelihood is, and this is an assumption, the likelihood is that's age-related, first of all. So it's not the same as living my life and the life of people like me who live as a person with disabilities from fucking childhood, right? It's not the same. It's not the same. You might start experiencing some of the same social issues we face now, like shit accessibility and all this lot, but it's not the same. And obviously you get people who internalise ableism. You do get people with disabilities who are ableist. You do. And you do get people who are too ashamed to stand up for themselves. Like there's this woman on my Facebook list, and I know her in real life, and I actually really like her, and I do have a great deal of fondness for her. The problem is I said something to her that she didn't like, and people don't like hearing things that they don't like, and as soon as they think, "Oh, she said something I don't like," they get all shitty. You keep saying to people what they want to hear, and they'll love you. You hold up a truth to them and they fucking just run away, especially when they know it's the truth. What are secrets people have told me over the years? Always kept my mouth shut. Oh, imagine if I started writing it all down. The problem I had with this one woman who I know in real life and do have fondness for is I speak a lot obviously on ableism and on Facebook, and she would say to me, she would send me things that are problematic, stories and stuff, because then I would post them and talk about them. She would never talk about them herself. She would never comment on it. She would never respond to it. She want me to do the dirty work because she ain't got the bloody vagina to stand up and do it herself. It's internalized ableism. There's some attached shame there that she perceives that if she acts like this, people won't like her, right? Because people don't like me because I just speak the truth. Or my perception of it. Sometimes it isn't the absolute truth of the situation. Other times, obviously, it's my perception of it. But I say things people don't like hearing. I say things that bigoted ableist people don't like hearing. And there's a lot of you about. You're everywhere. I was the only person wearing a mask in that shop today. Great. Thank you. Everyone's acting like it's over. Death rate up by 35% last week. 23% of cases will end up as long COVID cases. Just like in the last, just this year alone, that's like an extra over 2 million long COVID cases for the NHS. Hashtag clap for carers. Bunch of fucking, you're just so dumb. I don't know if it's dumbness, callousness, ignorance, pure stupidity, a lack of compassion. It's cognitive dissonance there. There's denial. You are denying your bigotry because you're fighting against other isms and just carrying on in your own ableist way, feeling better about yourself, asking people in wheelchairs if they need help just because they need help. Go fuck yourself. Sorry. She really annoyed me today every fucking time. The end. That's it. I feel better for that.